guys, I'm Garcella Robinson and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys my August wrap up, my birthday month wrap up, the Leo month wrap up. Okay, we can't claim the whole entire month. You know, Virgo's got it at the end, I guess. But let's go ahead and get into it. So guys, in the month of August, I read 13 books. The pages I read was 2,527 pages, and my average rating across the board was 3.46. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got this rating was done. I did that to myself, okay? I was bored. I didn't want to start any big books, especially with my from my August TBR. I ended up doing a prompt jar, and yeah, I ain't gonna get into it more than that, okay? That video is coming to you guys soon. I don't want to get into it even more than that, but yes, if I would have just stuck to those books, I would have been fine. But no, I decided to pick up some romances, and that really set my rating back by a lot, like literally. And but the thing about it, I can't stop myself. I love me some romances, especially at nighttime. I be reading on my Kindle, and I just get in the mood to read me some romance. So that's exactly what I do. And not all of them be great. I did have some great ones, but not all of them are great, and that's what kind of lowered my rating, especially with how low they were. Oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh. But I wouldn't chalk this up to being a bad reading month, because this reading month was actually good, and I definitely have to give that to my TBR prompt jar. Okay, I have to give that to my TBR prompt jar, because literally it took me out of a slump. It caused me to be able to be more focused on reading books and knowing, like, not giving me a deadline, but I really like to be very I like to be very on my thing. So if I say, okay, I'm going to get to these books by the end of the month, I'm usually going to get to these books by the end of the month. And I feel like that's what it gave me. Like, it gave me a little bit more structure, and that's exactly what I needed to get me out of that reading slump and actually get me more into reading these books and getting these books done, okay? But yeah, let's go into what I rated these books. So the first book that I read was Air at First Sight. I rated this 1 star. Then I read The Emperor's Concubine. I rated this 1 star. Now listen, guys, don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? And the next book that I read was Having a Baby by a Hood Boss, and I rated this 4 stars. Now, okay, the more books that y'all end up hearing, I end up having a whole phase where I was just into paranormal wolf romances, so that's exactly what I picked up. But the next book that I read was Bitten by Wolves. I rated this 3 stars. The next book I read was Clonely You, and I rated this 4 stars. After that, it was The Sea Ogre's Bride. I rated this 5 stars. Then I read Knocked Up by Billionaire Baller. I rated this 1 star. The next book that I ended up reading was Alien Minotaur's Prize. I rated this 4 stars. Then I read the 5th season, which my dog tore up. Yes, look at that. Puppies. I rated this 4 stars. After that, I read Immortal Dark. I rated this 4.5 stars. Then I read That's What Friends Are For, and I rated this 3 stars. The second to last book I read was Faded Blue Moon. I rated this 4 stars. And the last book I read was The Bear and the Nightingale. I rated this 5 stars. Okay, now I forgot a book. Now this was mainly because this is a reread for me, so it didn't really show up, or I must have just forgot to put it in, especially because I already read it. But I actually read 14 books, and I ended up reading Wingborn, and I ended up changing my rating. I rated it 3 stars at first, and I changed it to 4 stars after doing a reread. And yeah, I rated this 4 stars. Now let's go more into the books that stood out to me this month. And the first one that I want to get into is my surprises this month. Now, the first book that I want to mention that surprised me was The Sea Ogre's Bride. Now, the reason why this surprised me is not because I don't love Ruby Dixon. It's just because this series was just not for me. I didn't like the first I didn't like the first book. I DNF'd the second one. I didn't even pick up the third one. And when I saw the Sea Ogre's Bride, I'm like, I'm bored. I want to read something. And I want to read something by Ruby Dixon because I love read books by her. And I was like, okay, let me pick this up. And when I say I really liked that book, I really liked it. Like, I was just surprised because like I don't know why. I don't know why I put myself up to this, or like why I be torturing myself a little bit, but I was not expecting to like this. And when it did a full 360 on me, because I was like, dang, this book was actually good. That romance was actually good. The story, plot, everything was actually good. And yeah, it was great. It was great. And the second book that surprised me was the fifth season. Now, if you end up reading my August TBR prompt jar, the reason why this surprised me is not that I didn't expect it to be good. It surprised me because I was really dreading reading this book. I thought it would, not that it would put me in a slump, but I thought it would like take me time to get through this book. I did end up reading this book, and I listened to the audio, which I will definitely recommend because it was great. Especially when I was driving home, I would just listen to it. It was a good book. It was a good book. And I really liked this, and I felt like, because also too, when I was doing my TBR prompt jar, like they was telling me like, oh yeah, it's only in that one person, and the switch, like I didn't not expect half of the things that it happened like to happen, because this book is told in like it's three points of views in here. One of them is told in a first point of view, and the other ones are told in third. And I felt like the world building, the characters, the development, just everything was just great. So we have our main character. Her son has passed away. Right, her son has passed. Well, her son was killed, and her daughter got taken. So she was like, "Okay, I'm going to go and pretty much kill this man for killing my baby." But also too, like the world is having tremors. So she ended up going on this pretty much this adventure to get her child back. And as you read more of the story, you start to get other people's, like two other women's perspective. One of a girl who's going into this, like pretty much she. In the little girl's part, she is pretty much explaining the world building of how they are viewed. And then in the second one, you have one who's actually ingrained in it. So she already got her rank and everything, and how the dynamics is played in the story. But majority of the time, you do follow, I believe her name was Cyanide, which I did not know that it was Cyanide. The names were named after kind of like a type of rock. But yeah, you end up following Cyanide and her story, and you also follow the main character story, and then you follow the little girl story. And it's like, it's kind of like in each one, it's like one is telling you how that new magic system is. The second one is being ingrained in that magic system, and the third one is actually looking out how the world has turned out after, like how the world has turned out and how it's being played, and the views of the mom whose son passed away. I can't wait to pick the second book up. I literally just dropped my ultimate birthday book haul, and I literally had to add the second book to it because literally I am so ready to pick the second book up. It was such a great read. I would definitely recommend this book. But yes, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The only reason why I say I rated it 4 stars, because I feel like it was more personal than it was like, oh, this is not a good story. Like, I feel like if I didn't feel the way that I did, I feel like it was mostly has to do with I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'm just not going to say it, but it was more of a personal thing, especially with pretty much Cyanide's story. When dealing in this world, I did not like it, so that's the reason why I took the star off. But I feel like that does not change the overall writing of this author, and saying that she didn't deserve to win the Hugo Award, because she definitely did. Okay, this story was great. I can't wait to finish this one, and I can't wait to finish this series and be able to look more into what the author has in store. Hopefully she got more books. I haven't really looked more into her. I just picked this one up and picked the second one up. So yeah, wish me luck on the second one. Hopefully I can get it in my next TBR. Okay, so those were all the surprises that I have. So let's go ahead into my least favorite of this month. Yes, just to let you know, I did that to myself. I did this to myself. Literally, I did this to myself. Now, the first book that I want to mention, now this literally is getting a special mention because this book literally angered me so much. Like, oh, it angered me so much. And that was Knocked Up by a billionaire baller. Like, when you have the story, okay, so the story takes a place with her going to her best friend's wedding, and then you have her cousin there. Her cousin is literally like, she hates the girl, she hates the best friend, right? I don't remember the names. This made me mad. Now, the reason why it made me mad is because have you ever like literally stayed up all night to finish a book, knowing you had other things to do in the morning, just for it to end the way that it did? I don't want to get angry again. I don't want to get angry again because it literally made me so mad. I was literally complaining to my brother and sister the whole entire morning while I was heading to the gym because of how much it angered me, okay? How much it angered me. But yes, so she ended up having her cousin. So the cousin hated her, and there was this pretty much her fiance's best friend. He's a well-renowned basketball player. Now, he got feelings for the best friend of the fiance. He got feelings for her, and the cousin, she keep throwing herself at him. She got her skirt hiked up and stuff, pretty much, pretty much being a pick me, and she trying to like kind of trap him. Now, the the basketball player and the fiance's best friend, they end up like, of course it's a romance, they end up getting together. Now, I thought this was a one-part story. And the way that they kept letting the cousin get away with so much stuff, like, angered me. Because I would have been fought this girl. And then after that, so they end up so her and them end up getting together. Now, this is going to be a spoiler if you want to pick up this book. If you really don't care and you want to listen to me rant, go ahead, because I'm about to get into the nitty-gritty. All right, y'all can go ahead and skip. I'm going to give you the timeline, so you won't be getting the spoiler of this one. And so after that, they end up getting together, and she runs off because she's scared of the feelings that she have for him, which I thought was stupid because he didn't say that he didn't want it to go nowhere, and she said that she wasn't drunk. It was just crazy, but she ran away. She went back home. So after that, when she went back home, she started ignoring her best friend because she found out she was pregnant. Lo and behold, like, that's what Knocked Up by a billionaire baller. So, but the not telling your best friend is crazy to me because at that point, that's not even your best friend, because I literally tell my best friend everything. I tell my best friend everything, and I would definitely tell her a situation like this. But beside the point, she ended up getting pregnant. She get pregnant, and then that she was like, she finally stopped hiding from her best friend, and she go to her best friend's wedding. After she goes to her best friend's wedding, they're at the wedding, and her best friend kind of finally catch along because she's throwing up all over the place. And she was like, oh my goodness, you're pregnant, like, I'm gonna be an auntie, blah blah blah. So found out the cousin heard what she said, and she haven't told the baller boyfriend yet. So the cousin go and she ended up, while her best friend was walking down the aisle, she ended up having to throw up. So she running to the bathroom. Everybody, the baller boyfriend, because he was talking to her at the time, he chased after her, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. And finally tells him, and he just like, oh my goodness, like, why didn't you tell me, blah, 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 stuff like that, which I hate tropes like that. Why didn't you tell him? He literally, don't want to get into it anymore. But yes. And then after that, her cousin, so everybody run out. They like, oh, what's wrong with her? Ruining her best friend's reception. Ruining her best friend's, like, getting married, walking down the aisle, having a moment. Ruins that. The cousin come out, and everybody standing around. It was like, oh, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? And she was like, she's pregnant. So tell me why this girl literally, she said she was like 3 months pregnant. While pregnant, she gonna try to fight the cousin. And somehow the cousin drops on the ground and kick her in the belly. And that's where the story ends. That's literally where the story ends. When I say that book made me so angry, I was literally about to block the author on everything, because ain't no way you tried my life like that. Ain't no way you tried my life like that. Like, what is wrong with these authors? Like, I understand. Well, I can't even really say that this story, I'm saying that the story was trash. I rated it 1 star, and I'm going to keep my rating. But I know there are people out there who love stories like that. It was just not for me, and I set myself up. I feel like there should be more explained in the synopsis on what's, like, it wasn't even the trigger warnings, because, like, if I saw that trigger warning, I was like, oh, okay, that's crazy. But the way the author got it set up, you wouldn't think that it's a part of a second book, because it literally don't have no part 1. It just say, Knocked Up by the Billionaire's Baller. When they don't have nothing else after that, usually it's a book by itself, but it wasn't. And yeah, it was trash. It was trash. And the last one was The Emperor's Concubine. Now, this was an interracial couple, and when I was reading it, well, I would say it was an interracial couple, but it was more of like because the guy's an alien, and she kind of get blackmailed into going to the emperor's spot because she ended up finding out some secrets that happened. And the reason why I rated such a low rating is because she gets snatched from her daughter, her twin, like, so she had two twin daughters. She had the other one because she was taking her to the hospital, and the other one got left on Earth. She goes back to, like, so I'm thinking of two stories. This is a different story, but this is when she get sorry, I'm blanking, but pretty much she ended up getting kidnapped or from the alien forces, whatever, like that. They sell her and her daughter. Now, remind you, when they sell her to this emperor, and the emperor, he's pretty much an a-hole. Okay, he's an a-hole. He treat her like a slave. She know how to dance. He making her dance for her and stuff like that, and it was just pretty much plain and simple, it was slavery. Okay, it was slavery, and he was literally blackmailing this girl into, like, sleeping with him. I literally felt like it was glorifying. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you read romances, you know what I mean. It was glorifying it, and it was blackmailing her, and the fact that she still was talking about I fell in love with this man is crazy to me. Like, at that point, you got what is it, Stockholm syndrome? Like, that's, I'm tripping. I don't think it's Stockholm syndrome. Let me make sure, because I don't want to sound stupid. Yes, I was right. You got Stockholm syndrome. Like, what is you doing, girl? And then after that, he ended up feeling bad after all the stuff that he did to her, and he ended up going to get her daughter from Earth. They ended up getting married happily ever after. That was not a happily ever after. That was a nightmare. I don't know what this author was thinking. 1 star. 1 star. Trash book. Trash book. Now, this is why I had to put all my least favorite from my second to my last, because we need a little bit more of pick me up, okay? We need a little bit more of a pick me up, because literally, I done gave you guys a whole rant, okay? I gave you guys a whole rant. But let's go into my favorite books of August. Now, the first book that I'm going to mention, now, I'm not going to get too much in detail on the first one, mainly because I plan on giving y'all a whole review, because I talked about this, and it's coming out with the second book, so I want to be able to have myself prepared. Have myself prepared, and two, pretty much give myself a recap, so when the book do come out, I'm not having to look over or pretty much watch other videos or look up blogs or stuff like that to see not what the story was about, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to remember, because I'm going to read it right when I get it. But yes, and that is The Immortal Dark. Now, I really, really liked this one, and I really liked it, and like I said, I'm not going to get in too much detail. This was a favorite of mine. I really like this one, and yeah, I can't wait to give you guys my full review in the video that's upcoming, so definitely look out for that. I'm hoping to drop it next week, so yes, definitely look out for that. And my next favorite was The Bear and the Nightingale. I did not expect to like this so much. I don't know why I literally put it off. This is such a great book. I listened to it also on audiobook, which I would recommend. I did duo. That's how I usually do it. I duo it. So when I'm working or whatever, if I'm working or if I'm driving, I usually just listen to the audiobook. But when I'm home, I listen to the audiobook and I follow along with the book. And this was such a great read. Yes, we have, like, I feel like it's hard to say main characters because you have so many people that's the main character. The way that this author puts you into this world is just beautiful, and the anger that she has you feel for some characters was so great. And I definitely would recommend this. This definitely gonna get added to my favorite books this year. Like, this is definitely gonna be added to my favorite books, because I actually rated this a full on 5-star. Immortal Dark, I rated 4.5, and this one I definitely rated a 5-star. And yes, I would recommend this to anybody. And I'm hoping on the same as for the 5th season. I'm really, really hoping that for my prom draw, I'm able to sneak the second book in. Okay. Yeah, I need a little bit more of it, okay? I need a little bit more of both of those books, because this was great. So guys, that's pretty much all I have for you. Those are all the books that I read, all my surprises, all my least favorites, and all my favorite books. And I'm so happy to bring you guys this book. I did not really expect to get to that many books. I am sad at myself for continuing on with these romances. I probably should have just DNF'd it, but it was already added to the pile, so I can't shame myself for wanting to pick up some romance books. That's just part of the territory, because I could have had a better rating if I didn't. I could have had a better rating, but that's not what happened. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also in the comments, let me know what you guys read in August. Let me know if you end up reading a book and end up loving a book in the August month. Please let me know. I want to see how my birthday month went for you guys. But thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I really appreciate you guys for supporting me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.